Hello, and welcome to a look at the work of Isaiah Rogers. Isaiah Rogers was born in Marshfield, Massachusetts, August 17, 1800. He designed many structures, most of which were in the Greek Revival or in Italianate architecture. He died April 19, 1869, and in his brief 68 years, he was able to complete many different works. The Greek Revival occurred in the early 19th century. It celebrated the 5th century Greek temples. It was produced using columns and low-pitched roofs, elements common to the 5th century Greek temples. Italianate architecture typically employs multiple stories, low-pitched roofs, widely overhanging eaves, decorative supports, narrow windows, and elaborate porches. We will see elements of both the Greek Revival and Italianate architecture in the work of Isaiah Rogers. Let's take a look. Our first example is the Bangor House, located at 174 Main Street in Bangor, Maine. It is an example of Greek Revival and Italianate architecture. The Captain Robert Bennett Forbes House was constructed January 1, 1833. It stands at 215 Adams Street in Milton, Massachusetts. 55 Wall Street of New York City, New York, took approximately 5 years to construct from 1836 to 1841. It is an example of the Greek Revival and Roman architecture. The George Hatch House stands at 830 Dayton Street, Cincinnati, Ohio, and is an example of the Greek Revival. Hill Forest, also known as the Thomas Gaff House, stands at 213 5th Street in Aurora, Indiana. As an example of the Italian Renaissance, it was built in 1855. The Kent Valentine House, constructed in Richmond, Virginia, was completed in 1845 in the Colonial Revival style. The Ohio State House in Columbus, Ohio, is an example of the Greek Revival, and it was completed January 1, 1839. The Old State House in Boston, Massachusetts, was completed in 1713 and was co-designed and built by Isaiah Rogers and George Albert Clough. The Sears Tower Harvard Observatory at 60 Garden Street, Cambridge, Massachusetts, was completed in 1843. Notice the low-pitched roofs and the domes. The Oliver House of Toledo, Ohio, was originally built as a grand hotel. It was completed in 1859. It now houses a pub and a brewery. The Treasury Building, Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C., was co-designed by Robert Mills, Ami B. Young, Alfred B. Mullett, and Isaiah Rogers in the neoclassical architectural style. The Tremont Theater of 88 Tremont Street opened in 1827 and is an example of the Greek Revival. The First Parish Church of Cambridge, Massachusetts, was completed in 1833. This is the entrance to a Jewish cemetery completed by Isaiah Rogers. It is located in Newport, Rhode Island, and was completed in 1855. The old library at West Point of West Point, New York, was completed in 1841. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this look into the work of Isaiah Rogers.